I got you guys. April Fools. I got you guys, didn't I? No, probably not. So yesterday was April Fools, and I don't know. Was it funny? Was it stupid? I don't know. But I instead of doing the Batman Long Halloween on the holiday, throw in a little April Fool's gag and do the an X-Men thing that I had been lying around waiting for me to upload. So now it's the day after, April 2nd. I'll give you the Batman Long Halloween April Fool's episode slash issue. So, looking at Batman Long Halloween, going through that story, a couple of crime families going against each other, early in Batman's career, and there's a holiday killer, calls himself Holiday, real original, right? Going around murdering random people, and the goddamn cat's here, suddenly. Magically appears. Hey, Rusty, say hi. So, Holiday Killer, and that's kind of, there's several stories. Fucking cat, man. Just brushed up against this thing and moved the camera suddenly. Sorry. Anyways, but one of the most intriguing part of the story for me, as I've often said, this is one of my favorite stories of all time, my favorite Batman story, is the mystery of who the Holiday Killer is, and it has you guessing, but they present it in a really fun and intriguing way. And at first, the Holiday Killer, like, it was there, but we were focusing on a lot of other stuff. This issue, we are actually going to focus a little bit. They're going to talk about the mystery as Batman and someone else tries to figure out who it is. We'll see if Rusty allows us to do this. So let's open it up. Chapter 7, April Fool's Day. And so we're going to have the Riddler is in this one. And this is the Riddler as we've known him for years. The guy wearing the silly question mark suit and the whatever kind of, is that a bowler hat? I don't know. You know, he's not the crazy psychopath he was in the Batman movie. So we're going to have Riddler and Batman going back and forth talking, not to each other, but to various people trying to deduce and who the Holiday Killer is and solve this mystery. And I guess we'll just have to give Rusty a few more moments before we get into it. This video is brought to you by Rusty the Cat, who's the most annoying cat in the whole wide world, and he feels like he never gets love, ever. Honestly, he doesn't. Between us having 2 dogs and a kid, Rusty gets, I don't know, not as much love as he'd want. All right, we gotta go, buddy. Ugh. All right, so we start. Who is Holiday? I like this, I guess it's a reflection of a computer screen on Batman here. Tim Sale doing his great job as always. We know that they're in 2 separate areas. And they're just kind of recapping stuff that we, the readers, already know. It's a mystery broken into a jigsaw puzzle, wrapped in a conundrum, hidden in a Chinese box. And there's these little trinkets that the Holiday Killer leaves. Clues are left at the murder scene. Objects easily obtained at any 5 and dime store, which were selected to represent the date of the killings, which so far happened on Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve, Valentine's Day, and St. Patrick's Day. Holidays like today, April Fool's Day. So Batman's expecting another kill. A riddle, a killer. So Riddler's here, and he's with Carmine Falcone, and this will be his daughter Sophia. And Batman's in his Batcave, looking at the gun and everything with fucking Alfred back there. So Riddler brings up a question. Question. Why does Holiday always use the same type of weapon? It's always the same caliber of pistol. And he says he gets them wholesale, or let's be more practical. So now we go into the difference in the colors, where it's a little bit more black and white or gray tone. I don't know what kind of colors these are. And as I've said in previous videos, whenever a Holiday murder happens, it goes from having color, and there's not a lot of vibrant colors in this comic, as I've talked about, but it goes into a more muted, even more so when the killer is here, like more black and white, gray toned, right? Oop, I lost my place. So we go into that muted tone, but this is just them giving a visual representation of what like they're thinking. So these 22 pistols are lightweight, easy on the hand, perfect for a woman. So I guess these guns are a little smaller, easier for, I guess, dainty hands that they're saying. So perfect for a woman. A Catwoman? Catwoman was never really on my radar, trying to figure out who this killer was. They talk about what the motives she would have and the opportunities. She broke into a safe, had access to the names of everyone in the Roman Empire. There was $1 million bounty on her head. Suddenly, her best defense is a good offense. Pardon me, I'm getting over a cold. So if I sound funny, that's it. Deal with it. Let's move on. So that's what Riddler kind of had suggested. Batman, he mentions Maroni, Salvatore Maroni, the head of the second most powerful crime family. And it goes on in Batman's text here. The Roman's chief rival for control of Gotham City, and he talks about how he goes to weaken the Falcone family, growing bolder with each murder. And it says, who else on New Year's Eve could walk up to the Falcone's son? Alberto. He was shot on this yacht on New Year's Eve. And who would shoot Falcone's own son in the back. So it says Maroni. But this doesn't really make much sense, because as the murders went along, some of Salvatore Maroni's men were also being murdered. So that doesn't make much sense. Back to Riddler. Why does the killer shoot Alberto Falcone anyway? Answer, because he can. And I love this shot of Falcone in a silhouette. You see the scratch marks that Catwoman gave him earlier. He's just in the shadows back here. But you can see that he's kind of like, you could feel like the emotion of his anger. And he's like, Riddler tries to go back. He's like, it's just because Alberto wasn't in the family business. He wasn't part of the crime. And then he says, so are all these killings somehow personal? This guy was the first guy who was killed on Halloween, which is Johnny Vitti. And this is his mother. So now they're bringing up her as a suspect. Carla Vitti, who is Mr. Falcone's sister. Johnny Vitti was supposed to testify against Mr. Falcone to the grand jury, so it's no secret that the Roman tried to get a hired knife slid between his nephew's ribs. So Falcone was going to try to silence him anyways. Pardon me. Did Carla Vitti do the unthinkable? Did the mother kill her only son just to hide her identity? Because she was also going to... I don't quite understand that logic. Is it because she was part of the crime family? She would be taken down too? I don't know. And I don't know. I don't know if that holds much weight. Pardon me. I am so sorry. And then it goes on with the montage of all the killings about how she killed her own son, and now she goes into a fit of rage, and because no one will suspect her now, she can just free to kill anyone. She was there on New Year's Eve. Who else could have approached Alberto without him reacting? So it shows her, again, that creepy look in the eyes. Let's see if we can go back to this killing. Nope, that's Christmas. Here's New Year's. Someone turns the light off. There's these lights back here, and there she is. Someone turns the light off, shoots him, and, he falls in the water. So there they are, unscrewing the bulb, shooting him in the back as he falls over. And then she would run back to cover her tracks. So that's kind of like, could it be her? So we go to Batman. And, he's talking through this with Alfred. And Alfred tells him, you're looking over one person. He mentions the Calendar Man, but he's been in Arkham. He's like, no, stupid, that's not who I was referring. There's one whose quest for justice is I've seen someone as sane as yourself behave in the most surprising ways. Basically, he's saying fucking Harvey Dent, who is not Two-Face at this time. So it goes into all these flashbacks of things that Dent has said, and then a hypothetical situation of where he could be the murderer. 2 shots to the head. If you ask me, it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, he said at one point. Shooting someone there. I'm for letting them walk. We can put the word on the street that the Irish cut a deal, see how the Roman reacts. That's him killing these Irish, this Irish hit squad or whatever. And then he came home once and she mentioned that his hair was all wet. It's been snowing, so there's him leaving the yacht on New Year's Eve, potentially, right? So it could be Dent. And Batman starts thinking about that even more. He's like, Gordon told me how he showed up late on New Year's Eve. On Christmas, he could have followed the Joker from his home and killed Milos, the Roman's bodyguard. He left Wayne Manor on Valentine's Day with plenty of time to confront Maroni's men at the restaurant. And they're like, well, what are you going to do now? Pray I'm wrong. So Batman now suspects Harvey Dent as being the killer. Now we switch to somebody different. We go to where Dent and Gordon are, and they have reason to suspect that Bruce Wayne is associated with Carmine Falcone's empire and is doing some illegal shit. I forget why they thought that. I'd have to go back and read it, but he has that suspicion. Gordon not so much, but Dent's following up with this. So while Batman is now ready to go after Dent, Dent is ready to go after Bruce Wayne. So they're going to arrest him and like, are you up for this? No. But if he's helping Roman's empire, he deserves everything that's coming to him. So that's going to set up future stories going forward. So now we go back to Carmine and Sophia, who's like this hulking beast of a woman. She's like muscular, not muscular, but just fucking strong. And they're with the Riddler still. And they're like, okay, Enigma, we were told there's no riddle you could not solve. And you've just given us one guess after another with no more certainty. And if your life depended on it, as she comes and starts squeezing his head, and it does, tell me who is Holiday. Basically, give us a goddamn answer. And this is a creepy looking, weird, artistic choice by Tim Sale, but still cool. And he says, Carmine Falcone? And I don't know why he would say that, why he would mention him. But they just kind of laugh that off, and they're like, okay, whatever, get out of here. You gave us an answer. You're no help. It's like, take him out the side exit and come right back. She's like, yes. And suddenly we go into that gray tone of 6 panels as Riddler is coming out, gets pushed out. He sees somebody in the rain. I love this shot with the rain coming down, this person in an umbrella and the silhouettes. The gun pointed at him, and he shoots at Riddler, claiming another victim. When does a killer not kill? On April Fool's Day. So it shows that they didn't shoot him, and all these bullets are around. There's fucking... Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Where did I start? I might have lost count. But like fucking almost 50 shots, give or take, from this gun. Yeah, I don't think so. It just looks cool. It's a visual choice, good visual representation. Plus, like, if you had multiple, how many bullet cases down here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20 in this. Somehow I still doubt it. I don't know how much a 22 holds, but Are they like changing magazines? Does he stay in the same place? No, but it's a fucking comic and it looks cool. So this is the one issue where no one is murdered, but the holiday killer still struck in their own way. So, so that's it for this issue. I like that they just took a moment. Not a lot happens in this at all, but they just like delve into the mystery and they ask questions and they give hypotheticals for us, the reader, to really think about who is this goddamn killer. And we're going to find out in several more issues. But the next one you'll see on me is on Mother's Day. So, hope you had a great holiday. I mean, did you do anything on April Fool's? Does anybody do anything? But, thank you for watching, and we're getting there. And I'll see you on the next video.